Now you've probably heard the term, I'll sleep when I'm dead. In this video we'll be going over why you should be getting more sleep and the benefits it brings. Now I recently finished reading this book called Sleep Smarter by Shawn Stevenson, and basically he goes over 21 essential tips on how and why we should get better sleep, and I thought it was so good that I thought I'd do a video on it. So basically I'm going to be going over my take-ins and what I found. Now there are so many benefits of getting more sleep. Personally, sometimes I do struggle from time to time getting the recommended 8 hours worth of sleep, and this is usually down to a mixture of maybe I'm working too much, or maybe I've just ignored my body telling me to go to sleep that night, and I just haven't decided to go to bed on time. There are many benefits of having the correct amount of sleep. Increased levels of energy, making you more refreshed for the day. Sleep allows you to function better, in turn making you more productive. With the correct amount of sleep, you'll find it easy to focus on simple tasks and remembering information. Over a prolonged period of time, if you don't get the correct amount of sleep, this could cause serious health implications. So I'll just go over some of the tips what I found over this book, and one of the tips was to not eat large meals before you go to bed. So I tried not to eat 2 to 3 hours before I'd actually go to bed, and I did find that this really did help me. Before, sometimes I would maybe eat a large meal before going to bed, and I would actually just have like an uncomfortable feeling, and I wouldn't really find it comfortable to get in a position that I wanted to sleep. And this is down to your digestive system basically still being active. And this has been found out in many research studies, and I'm just going to read out a part of the book to give you one interesting stat. Previous research suggests that we may be better off consuming more calories earlier on during the day, when we have a full, active day ahead of us to use up all of that energy. It has also been observed that people who consume large calorific meals late in the evening can have higher body fat weight. So another tip he talks about is actually avoiding caffeine too late in the afternoon or evening. And he states that caffeine actually has a half-life of 5 to 6 hours. And basically what this means is that after 5 or 6 hours, or let's just say 5 hours, half of that caffeine strength is still actually within your blood system. So half of that has only been broken down. And that was quite enlightening to me, because I didn't actually think caffeine remained in your system for that long. I just thought maybe it was 2 to 3 hours maximum. So I'll try and keep any type of caffeine intake in the morning, so I'll just use that as a sort of a wake up. So if I want a coffee or tea, I'll just stick to having that in the mornings. So he's always got a chapter in his book talking about making some time before you go to bed. So this is basically creating an environment in your bedroom and making sure that you're winding down basically at least 1 hour before you're going to bed. So that's no sort of digital devices, no iPad, no laptop, and you're basically just trying to tell your body, right, this is the time to go to bed. And this leads me on nicely to my next tip, is to using a function called night mode, and you get this on most iOS devices, and I think there's also a feature on Android devices. And what this does is it blocks out blue light, and the reason why blue light is so important is that this is the stream or spectrum of light that is responsible for keeping us awake during the day. And what night mode does, it restricts that spectrum of light, so it will have like a yellowy tint. So you can actually switch that off on your phone and most Android devices. And if you don't have that on your TV and you really want to watch something, there's something called blue light blocking glasses. Have a quick Google search and you'll be able to find a pair, and that basically does the same thing on any type of device. The next tip is to go to bed at regular times. You'll be amazed that when you actually set yourself a routine, that your body will actually naturally start to wake up. And sometimes, annoying for me sometimes, that I actually wake up 5 or even 2 minutes just before my alarm, so I've missed out on extra sleep because my body's actually telling me to wake up. I've gotten used to that routine. So there you have it, guys. Those are my tips on what I've taken from the book. If you're struggling to get some sleep, I'll definitely recommend purchasing this book. Give it a good read. It's got some really good recommendations, and he's also got a podcast as well, and the subjects that he talks about are quite interesting. They're usually all health based, and basically how to improve your health. Anyways guys, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in another one. Bye bye.